Hi, everyone. It's okay. It is 6:32. My name is Steve Carson. I'm the HUD manager. This is the first CDAC meeting of 2024, the organizational meeting. Since we don't have a chair, I control things until the chair takes over. Let's go around the room and everybody, we'll just take attendance, just state your name and the district you represent. Also, please indicate whether you are a, if your appointment's still going, well, you don't need to do that, but if you're, what's the term I'm trying to use? No, if you've not been reappointed yet, but you're just here. Sure, awaiting appointment, I guess. Yeah, just indicate whether you have an official reappointment yet, or you're just here until CDAC works it out. So go ahead and start, John, if you want.
John Brunza, mayoral appointee.
Ebony Hato, District 4, and I am reappointed.
Justin McGregor, District 7, awaiting reappointment.
Michelle O'Loughlin, District 5, awaiting reappointment.
Jacob Kumban, Council at Large, awaiting reappointment.
I think you're actually good.
I'm good then.
I think you're good. Okay.
Deborah Hogan, mayoral appointee.
All right, so looking to the agenda, the first item is the approval of the 12/13/2023 minutes. I sent those out. I hope you guys had a chance to review them. You can have a second now. And if anyone thinks they're okay and wants to make a motion to approve the minutes, you can. Deb?
I make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Michelle? Are there any nays or abstentions on the minutes? Okay, I'm just gonna assume it's all yays then. Okay. All right, so the next point, and I don't know why it indented Fundy on the agenda. The election of officers, chair, vice chair, secretary. So I'll break each one down and then we can go to it. The chair is going to be the person who runs the meetings. Your job is to control everything. Technically, you're not supposed to engage in the conversations without having the vice chair take over, but we run things fairly loosely in Robert's Rules of Order. I will allow you guys choose to be however strict Robert's Rules of Order you wish, but generally the chair runs the meetings. The chair will also be the one who makes the recommendations to city council and the mayor. Once you guys make that final budget in probably March, maybe even April at this point, depends on how quickly we can get things done. So that's the position of chair. Vice chair takes over when the chair is not here. Essentially has the same duties. If the chair cannot, for whatever reason, make a presentation to city council, the vice chair would step in and make the presentation to city council in their place. Oh, I do need to point out chair, and the chair alone requires 1 full year of experience being on CDAC to be the chair. So there's an experience requirement set in the city charter. Vice chair and treasurer. Vice chair and secretary do not require that. Finally, it's the secretary. We've been very loosey-goosey with this over the years. Generally, I leave it up to the secretary. If the secretary is all in and intense about it and has taken notes, looking at you, great notes back in the day. I will send the minutes that I compile, which I usually just compile the motions and the agenda items and the votes. If the secretary wishes so, I will send those minutes ahead of time. Secretary can combine everything back and kick it back to me. It's all up to however much the secretary wants to be involved with that. It can be more work, but it can be rewarding too. Other than that, the secretary's job is generally to approve the minutes as they are presented to the CDAC. So let us start with chair. We have, like I said, chair minimum requirements is you have to have spent 1 full year on CDAC. So I guess we'll go around. Does anyone have any nominations? We'll have to see if the nominee wishes to take it, and then we'll go from there.
Eben-
Okay,
I'll nominate Justin McGregor.
okay, so I've got to write this down. Okay, so, well. Okay, so that's an initial, a motion has,
I'll second.
motion to approve. Okay, and then seconds. Okay. All right. So the motion is on the table for Justin McGregor to become chair of CDAC. I guess, are there any other objections or discussions to be had before a vote is held? Or any other then that would include additional nominations. Don't be scared. Okay, with nothing there, I would say, can we get a vote, please?
Aye.
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 Yes.
Ryan? Anyone, Ebony, would you?
Aye.
Aye, okay. Any, I guess, any, are you abstaining? Okay. 5-1-0. Okay, the motion is passed. Justin McGregor is now the chair. You may take your seat, Chair. Also, your name will be updated in future minutes when I remember to do it. And you can now put this on your resume.
Congratulations.
All right, so that brings up now the election of a vice chair. Do we have any nominations on the floor?
Ebony, do you want?
Well, you know, I'm out of town a lot.
Can't hear you.
I'm out of town a lot,
Um,
so I don't know if that, you know,
John or Jacob?
I would be interested.
Okay,
So do we
As
have
would
that
I.
nomination?
I'll nominate Jacob Coupon for vice chair.
All right, we have a nomination for Jacob Coupon for vice chair. Any other combinations, discussion, nominations from the floor? Or do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we got our second. Sorry about that. All right, seeing none. Do we have a vote on that?
Aye.
Aye. One. Aye. Deb?
Aye.
Aye, okay. I'm an aye.
Abstain.
Motion passes. Vice chair is now Jacob Coupon.
You can sit up here in the seat next, or you can sit there. There's no requirement for you to sit up here. The only one who gets a designated seat is the chair. It's up to you. Okay, all right.
Now you're by yourself on that side.
Kind of on this side.
Did you see the one city council meeting where they were all on this side? And there was like one person sitting way off on that side by themselves. I was like, does he have lice or something? I don't know.
So, oh.
All right, now finally the election of our secretary. Do we have any nominations for secretary?
I'll nominate Deb Hogan.
I appreciate, but I'll decline. Thank you.
All right, Deb declines the nomination. Do we have another nomination from the floor?
There's 3 of you left.
Ebony? Yeah. I'll nominate Ebony Hattow.
All
I'll
right,
second.
and seconded.
Okay, hold on. Ebony. Okay.
All right, so we have a nomination for Ebony Hot Top on the secretary position. Do we have any other nominations or discussion? Seeing none, we'll go for a vote. All the ayes.
Aye.
Four. All right.
Any abstentions or nays?
I'll abstain.
I figured you would. I didn't want to assume it though. Okay.
All right.
Motion passes. Similar to the other one, you can choose to move up or you can just sit there. It doesn't, it's up to you.
Oh, okay.
You could just slide to, that's where I was and I was secretary. So-
Should I? I've like always sat here, so I think I'll stay here.
Okay.
Thanks.
Board member, because you're not just a lowly board. Not that anyone else is a lowly.
Yeah, those are the best spots. So.
I can explain the COC, why we don't have a COC recommendation if you want. Otherwise, I can talk about next steps if you want.
All right.
The next step was going to be the continuum of care ESG recommendation. I did get the recommendation done with committee Tuesday. I almost missed it. So the problem is that the COC requires what that's called the NOFA committee, which is the Notice of Funding Application Committee. They're sort of the budgetary people with the COC. They have to approve it, and then maybe the COC body has to approve. I'm not sure one way or the other. So there is a recommendation floating around, but it's not official. I can tell you it's similar to last year's, in which they really fronted a lot of salaries. So it's very similar to last year's. So, and they built in a contingency in case the number changes, which it will since we don't have a budget yet. Other than that, the next meeting is going to be January 31st. Hopefully, I'll make a note of this, to have departments come. That'll be things like DPW, police, parks, all the agencies and departments in the city don't realize they get CDBG funding. We'll get an email that says, by the way, your department gets CDBG funding. You should come and say why. So there's a fun mad dash. So I will notify them, departments. I will also try to get hold of the mayor's office on priorities for next year. 6th district thing, I'm not sure. That may be tying up everyone's free time, so I'm not sure if I'll get the mayor's recommendation ahead of time. I believe it was. Is this thing cutting in and out? I apologize. I know before a couple years ago, the mayor made recommendations on the budget before you guys made your budget recommendation. And that helped because you knew what the mayor was going to do. Last year, they did it too, but it was kind of really late. So I don't know if I'll be able to get the mayor's, let's call them budgetary red lines, this year for you guys, but I will try. Like I said, they're very busy. So. What's wrong with this thing? Okay.
All right, so on to final attendance and adjournment then. All right, seeing no more business, do we want to take a final stab at our attendance, starting with Deb?
Thank you, Chair. Deborah Hogan, mayoral appointee.
Thank you.
John Brunza, mayoral appointee.
Thank you.
Ebony Hato, Secretary, District 4.
Jacob Kumpon, Vice Chair, Council at Large.
Michelle O'Loughlin, 5th District.
Justin McGregor, 7th District and Chair. All right, do we have any nominations? Do we have any motions? We already did Deb. Yep. Do we have any motions to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right,
I'll second.
Deb seconds. All right, as of that time, we are adjourned.